Morning, fellow zombies. Yeah, not alive, not awake yet. Only because of her. It's about 10 before 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, the 15th of September, 2025. And as much as I'd like to continue with the political crap going on these days, I'm hip deep when it comes down for my scholastic situations, shall we say. My academia that I chase. Which means I'm in the midst of midterms, which I got to keep kicking ass on. And unfortunately, I got a dog that still wants to interfere with that all the time because she's getting more and more fussy and needy, just as a dog. So consider this either the zombie report or is this a diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. It's up to you guys. Meanwhile, uh, major project I've got going and a ton of research. But this week has to be focused on more and more since I'm dealing with the past. I'm dealing with the Korean War, pros, cons, things happening before and during, and afterwards. And midterms, I still got to go through the questions on that one. But I can't write as much or as fast because she wants access to my hands all the time. And if she doesn't, she'll fuss. I have to wait at times when she's sleeping. Either I'll sleep or maybe I'll start to get my mojo going on and be able to write, get the essays going. But everyone seems to be focusing on the current events of, excuse me, focusing on the worship of Charlie Kirk. And everything has to be revolved around him. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. Because whatever it is, you guys are contaminated with it. You guys are so into Charlie Kirk, it's not even funny. He wasn't that much of a podcaster, I'm sorry. He reached a lot of idiots who wanted to do anger and a lot of revision and telling people that this is supposed to happen. You can't do anything about women, sex, jobs, colored people, anything. I mean, anything he was spouting off. But he's supposed to be a good Christian. Give me a fucking break. I gotta feel sympathy for the loss of his family. At this point, I didn't see a grieving mother. I saw somebody else just took his place. His wife, as a Trumplicant. She's not spouting off Christian values. She's going to be doing the same damn head games. So, I'm sorry. I got no sympathy or empathy at this point over here. They're going to have to struggle with what they've got. And the kids are going to have to live with the stigma like that. So, I'll pray for them, but that's about it. I don't care for them because they want to be disruptive. But they claim the other side is so damn disruptive. Words right out of the Utah governor's mouth in the day that Charlie Kirk got nailed. He blamed the Democrats, but also he blamed the shooter for being a Democrat. The guy wasn't. He was just an independent as an independent. I mean, he didn't declare himself as an independent. He didn't want any of the politics. He was so pissed off at Charlie Kirk, he was going to take a shot at him, tell him to shut up. Charlie Kirk was getting so damn famous with the youth out there that he himself in the age bracket was giving a message to him saying, shut up. Guys like me are getting sick and tired of it. Shut up. If he wants to turn it political, that's okay, that's a political situation. But the problem is, where's the politics in this? You're going to be blaming the other sides, and then the governor finally decides, well, both sides are extreme. Yes, we are. Except lefts are not extreme. We don't shoot and kill people. We're not trained that way. We don't want to be that way. And since when do we have any conservative nut jobs out there pretending to be Democrats? Except if you're going to be pretending to be Antifa and then be blamed as Antifa, then you get to blame Antifa. But Antifa was supposed to be anti-fascist. See, the hate game's going on these days, over the past 20, 30 years. It's gotten worse. morning breakfast. I'm still trying to get out of my throat. I know that if you're supposed to be following a certain faith, you're supposed to live and walk the practice. Goes without saying. But if you're claiming to be of one faith and one practice and then start threatening violence on others, don't talk to me about your damn faith like that. You're embarrassing and you're a hypocrite. And I'll call it to your face. Meaning if you're a Christian nationalist or a theoretical Christian and you're saying, I follow Christ, therefore I'm going to kick your ass or I'm going to kill you. I'm like, God's going to get you on that one. So is Jesus. I read the Bible and nothing said anything about that in the Bible. He was a fool. He was liberal. It was deism. He was this. It was that. You know, Christ was born in a time when we had Roman Empire ruling the Mediterranean and beyond, portions of Europe, as far as England, portions of northern Africa. They extended their empire for a great deal, conquering people left and right. Christ was born in a time where the city of Jerusalem was infested by the Roman Empire, including the entire region. There was no country borders, at least not that much anyway. And yes, Israel was not born during that time. Well, not the state of Israel that we recognize it today. Palestine was Palestine. But even that was ruled by the empire. There was no rebellion against the empire politically. You didn't go against Roman soldiers, and you sure as hell didn't go against the idea of Caesar being God. Because if you said anything about that, you're dead. That was. But unfortunately, we're getting closer to that point here anyway. Getting our cities covered up with soldiers all over the place. Pretending to be police. Getting past posse comitatus by enabling the National Guards to become police officers. Since when are they police? Laws are specific on this one. We hadn't broken them until Trump got in office. We hadn't used National Guard as military police. Not until Trump got in office. That's one thing if you had a riot going on and they need to show bodies. That's one thing. First night when the National Guard came out to Los Angeles after the Rodney King verdicts were revealed to the public and 4 officers got off, City of Los Angeles went nuts, and this was back in the 90s. I was watching it happen before my eyes, and had to stay indoors locked. And during that time, we did not have Trump in office. During that time, he was just stuck in New York, probably with a thumb up his ass. Charlie Kirk was never born during that time. And I remember it because I was there. The next day after the verdicts were read, we actually had the National Guard mobilized. Maybe a few hundred to patrol portions of Los Angeles down below, but I was living in the San Fernando Valley at the time. My brother was working at an oil refinery down in South Central Los Angeles area. He worked there. Worked there for a short time, but during that time, we actually had the riots happening. And throughout the day and night, they had to be watching. And also around the area, they actually had multiple agencies going through the area. Every time my brother would be coming outside for a cigarette, there's like 4 or 5 agencies haranguing him while you out here smoking. You see that place back behind me? The oil refinery? I can't smoke in there. Why can't you? Excuse me? I think he had issues with LAPD, CHP, LA Sheriff, National Guard on it. All asked him the same damn questions, and he gave him the same responses. It's like, oh my God, where you guys are coming from? The academies or something? Yeah, basically they were. Out for night patrols during those days. Only because they needed the manpower. And the walk-alongs. Yeah, I remember those days. And unfortunately, they were terrifying. Trump probably said, oh, I probably got the troops out there armed to shoot people. I mean, that's what Trump wanted to do if he was in office. Thank God he didn't run for office. Didn't think of it at the time, thank God. That these days, what riots, what haranguements. Because every time we had marching, organized, we had marches going on in this turbulent year. And we're telling Trump we don't like his tyrannical approaches. We did it in a lot of our cities. And right now he's targeting a lot of cities that have democratic influence, shall we say. He doesn't like it. I don't give a shit. He's even going after the University of California systems that we have out here, the colleges and universities, trying to change them into the way he wants them to be. And to use these systems, saying, sticking their tongue at him. He's already pulled funding out of a lot of them. We had in our local paper out here in the LA Times that UCLA was being targeted, and they want things changed. Otherwise, they're going to get nasty. We got the governor saying, you can't do this. Federal government says, yeah, we can. We're pulling all the federal money out of here until you change your policies to what we want. Basically, trans, there's no trans anymore. You have to get outside the diversity, equality, and inclusion. You can't be woke or liberal. And the universities are having a conniption fit over this one. They've had values over 100 years, well over a century worth of it, since their existence. They're not going to move, at least not that much anyway. A few of them may, because they want the money for the research grants, for research programs. But unfortunately, we got those pulled because of politics, of what racial hatred and everything else coming from Washington to everybody says, do what I say or otherwise. Just kick them people out of there because we want whites, we want Christian nationalists, we want Christian people over here. Good Christian people. You guys make me sick. You insult Christianity like crazy. But here's the thing. Religion has always been the hot point. Religion has always been the focal point of going after everybody in human history. And didn't matter which religion it was. Didn't matter who or what you were believing in. See, the problem is when you're going into liberal college systems, where wokeism and DEI is, you actually learn beyond a narrow-minded viewpoint of how screwed up humanity is since its creation. How empires are made by the strongest assholes out there, surrounding them by more strong-arm bullies. But the leaders are basically weak-minded. And with their belligerency, they are forcing people to follow their shit. That's how it is in human history. We're not fighting over resources as much. We're fighting over political ideology. We're fighting over religion, saying that my religion is better than yours, and your God sucks, and my God's better. So therefore, okay, that's right. See, my God, bam. Okay, there goes bloody nose right now. Crack, crack. There goes bones being cracking in my body. Now wait just a second here. Whoops, I just fell down. Skull smashed in. My God's greater because I had more power on you. I'm taking over your territory. That's human history for you. We fight constantly. We fight constantly over resources, over our viewpoints, while we think who and what is the greatest. People are yelling, "You can't fight because of Charlie Kirk." Yeah, we can fight over Charlie Kirk. We can also tell that Charlie Kirk go to hell. We can also tell the followers to go to hell. And if we actually say or do anything about that, then we are judged and condemned to be the evil enemy, hell-bent on violence, and therefore we get thumped on by them, by the accusers. That's how it works. So we get a civil war from those who are accusing us of causing a civil war. Bullies do this on a constant basis. And when it comes down for Christianity, they either get the bad rap or they get the worst rap sometimes. See, in the Roman Empire days, when we actually had them out there, well before Trump, if you can believe that, thousands of years ago, we had them coming in with the swords, with the armies, defeating other armies, and then subjugating them by using their own subjects as emissaries to the Roman Empire, inducted, and even though they would not step into Rome itself, they were consigned to be the bully guards. Check your human history on this one. Check your history books. Unless, of course, you guys already burned those damn things to death and don't believe anything like it. But they're still historical facts, and they're out there. You don't like it? Tough shit. You're just reenacting everything else that people keep doing all over again. The problem with history, we keep repeating elements left and right, even though when we study it and think we're not going to do it, we do it anyway because we're just stupid as a human race. We're fighting over things. We're fighting over anything, basically. We want peace so much, we're going to kill the other guy for it. We want to bring Christ's love to the world that we're willing to kill him. We had holy crusades centuries ago, all in the name of religion, all in the name of ego. And if you're going to be jumping on my case saying I don't believe in God, I believe in God because I had no choice when I was at the age of 4 years old, died 3 times, came back to life 3 times. So I know there is a God. I know there is a power greater than myself that'll drive me insane. But the thing of it is, that power had never tried to kill me, just trying to save my life and save my ass. And it still scares me to this day. Not that I think I'm not worthy of it. It's like I've got people condemning me because I am a Christian. But I don't act what everybody else is supposed to be acting as. I don't wear the jewelry. I don't wear the tattoos. I don't get myself marked up. If I help people, I help people. But I don't go around attacking people or conquering them, telling you I'm a Christian and I'm saying I have to because the Bible tells me to. Or because Christ told me to. No, he never did tell me that. Because the set of instructions he had in the New Testament, when he did the Sermon on the Mount, was telling us, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. What happens if you hate yourself thoroughly and you hate life itself? and you don't know what love is. Can't help you on that, pal. You got to do some soul searching on that one. But we're going to be doing some worshiping of the Charlie Kirk. Nationally, we had to lower our flags down because of Charlie Kirk. We had to give this guy a military funeral. He never served any day, not even going to the draft board, not even getting enlisted or even tossed out on his ass. He never wore the uniform of the United States of America. Not one time. No. But he's more than willing to badmouth it. He wants people to be like him, like a Christian. But he doesn't act like Christian. He never did. So now we got followers. Direct and indirect. Oh, they want peace, they want unity. Oh, that's nice. But when you start thumping on people left and right, when you start badmouthing them, that's unity? I don't think so. And if I'm going to be listening to some asshole telling me I got to be hatred, I got to be hateful to the other person because this is what Christianity is all about. The typical reaction would be to tell them to go flip off and walk. The reaction of a Christian would be, then I forgive you, God forgives you, God loves you. But for me personally, I said, I'm still working on that one because I don't love you. I pity your ass. I feel sorry for you. You want to hate the other person because of your conditioning and you're brainwashed. I can't help you, pal. I can pray for your ass. I can pray for your soul, and that's about it. But if you're going to start saying, you're the violent one, and being belligerent, maybe if I had a mirror, I'd show it up to him and said, look in your mirror, Mr. Hyde. Look in the mirror. You're turned into the creature. Knock the mirror down. You still have thousands of pieces of mirror showing a true reflection of your image. I have a mirror in my bathroom. I haven't got cracked yet. And yeah, I wake up in the morning and sometimes I don't look so good. All I gotta do is stick the tongue at him. Picture sticks his tongue at me. I say, okay, fine, be that way. So I have a tongue sticking. Or I'll just look at him, just look at the eyes and say, yeah, you're bloodshot, pal. See, I'm not too keen of insulting myself in the mirror because I get a reflection of what my image that I project out there looks like. So if I happen to look like a creature, then I turn myself already into a creature, and I can't stand my image because I just became my own worst nightmare. And I have to be reminded on that on a constant basis. See, I don't bust mirrors. But I don't live in a mirror world either. I live in reality. So if you guys want to follow the images of a martyr, of somebody else who's not reflecting your ideas, but you want to follow him anyway, be my guest. Only don't blame me when you fall off cliffs, okay? It's a long drop. Something might happen. And I'm not going to be there to see it either. I'm not going to sell tickets. I'm going to be stepping away from you assholes. Keep trying to tell you, don't follow this asshole, but you got to follow him over the hill. And then realize that if the guy's truly going to be leading you guys over the hill, is he going to be stepping on the side while you guys go, ah? Or is he actually going to be taking you by the hand and dragging your ass down? Like a true martyr does. Or actually, a true martyr would step aside and let everybody else fall on their swords, so to speak. But he won't. He'll just tell you to do it because he's, he's the asshole. That being said, guys, have a good morning.